Hey everyone, I thought I would do some card readings for you guys today as we're in the lead up to the solar eclipse. This is Vixen, as some of you may already know and have met before, sitting in my lap. So we have the solar eclipse in Aries coming up, and just to let you know, I'm not a professional astrologer, but I do stay in tune with the energies of the stars and what's happening in the skies. I'm very intuitive with that kind of thing as well. I often find that I will receive messages about astrology or what's happening, or alignments coming up when before ahead of time. So I thought I would do a card reading for you. You can choose between 3 cards. I have my Mythic Tarot deck, my Mystic Dreamer, which I've had the longest. For about 20 years I've been working with this deck. And we have the Archangel Tarot by Doreen Virtue. So I'm going to choose a card from each deck. Mythic Tarot will be deck number 1 and card number 1, and we already have a card. Hopefully you have already chosen your card before the cards come out. And Mystic Dreamer will be card number 2. I don't want it to show through the video, so I'll focus the cards to the other side. And then we have the Archangel Tarot. A lot of people when they come to me, they're like, oh, I don't know how to shuffle. Like, shuffling is a big thing. It's actually not really that hard. You just move the cards around until you feel intuitively to stop, or cards come out. Wow. 3 cards came out. So if you have chosen number 3 and you want to go deeper, this will be number 1, 2, and 3. So feeling into what energy that is for you, I will put that there. Alright, so we have 5 cards in total. How exciting! Okay, so if you have chosen card number 1, you have the Sun. Now, first of all, eclipse energies are massive transformational energies that create shifts in our lives within and around us that last sometimes even for a lifetime. So keeping that in mind, we have the Sun card, and straight away the message coming through is that it's time to do what you came here to do. It's time to allow yourself to receive the joy, the love, the uplifting energy, and the vibrations of your higher self, your true path and soul purpose, to take action and follow that path to see where it leads you. That in itself is being successful, in my opinion. When we have this passion and drive and motivation, which Aries is the zodiac sign that the eclipse is in. Of course, it has some other aspects as well. But Aries is about stepping into our leadership, and this actually could be a part of your individual soul path and purpose. So have a feel into that. And while we're at it, I invite you to tune into the energy of this card, the Sun card, and really feel into your body. What do you feel in your body? What's coming up for you when you think about what I just said? And how would it feel to actually move past those niggling doubts and feelings, to actually acknowledge those niggling doubts and feelings, to move through the obstacles that you've created or that you've taken on board from others telling you that you can't do this or that's not a real job and what have you. How would it feel to break through those obstacles, to come out the other side and to live your true path and purpose? So the sun in tarot is a major arcana, which means depending on the spread that you put, depending on the spread of cards that it comes out in, the position of the spread, it can mean that you have been, are, or about to go through a major transition. If you think about the major arcana as initiations of different aspects of rites of passage in our lives, the Sun card is after going through the dark night of the soul and all of facing our shadow and recognizing that the fear, the doubts, and the insecurities that we have been having are actually our intuition guiding us on where to go, and actually our allies. Then we can feel those lighter and higher vibrations. There is this positive upswing in our lives, and I feel this is absolutely to do with our life purpose and our soul path. I'll leave that there with you and move on to number 2. So we have number 2, the mystic. So that was the Mythic Tarot. Wow, it just flipped out of my hand. That was the Mythic Tarot, the Sun card. That's card number 1. Number 2 is Mystic Dreamer Tarot. So we have, we have the 3 of Cups. And again, I invite you to tune into the energy. What does it feel like when you are looking at this card in your body? How do you feel in your body when you connect to this energy? Is there a story that's going on here for you that your mind is making up? Cups are about the connection that we have, the relationship we have with ourselves, others, the world. It is our heart consciousness. It is the difference between when we're operating at our cup being empty and constantly giving and taking away from ourselves and sacrificing ourselves, sabotaging ourselves, and when we are doing our daily practices and we're maintaining our positive energy and our cup is overflowing with pure love and joy, and the support that we have for ourselves means that we can support others even more deeply. I love this card though because you can see up here we have the full moon and it is shrouded by a rainbow, and I'm just really noticing that the light in the room and bouncing off the card has really illuminated this card even more. So for 3 of Cups, I'm feeling this beautiful energy from the Libra full moon coming through, and us really making the most of and enjoying these beautiful harmonious aspects and celebrating life together. 3 in the tarot is a initiation or initial like the final initial phase of the first step of commitment. So have a think about, this could be a message for you about a relationship that you might want to commit more deeply to. It might not be a full commitment at this point, but there's this part of you that really wants to know, really wants to feel into the relationship, the connection that you have with this particular person, and pay attention to who you might be thinking about right now. It might be very obvious, or it might be a subtle energy where you're like, okay, I just met this person, but I'm really curious about getting to know them a bit more. So this is the time for you to make that choice and to reach out and offer to connect in some kind of way. I'd love to share with you something that I read on Instagram the other week about it being very important to not drink alcohol or have any substances when first meeting somebody, because it can alter our perception and it can confuse our nervous system about how we actually feel and how our body truly is responding to this person or people in the situation, because our body often knows and will send us warning signs if it's not a healthy connection. If this person triggers past memories of when you have been abused or triggered or had an unhealthy connection with someone in your life, please take that as a warning sign. And often that is to go the opposite direction. However, I don't want to tell you what to do. I want you to feel into your body and trust your intuition on the path that you need to navigate with this one. All right, that is card number 2. I'm doing my best to be mindful of saying the words that I want to say with intention, and to avoid words such as and, so, and like. I've noticed I've said so a few times already. Number 3. 3 cards. Okay, let's see what comes up. We have, I said this would be number 1. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Alrighty. We have 2 of Michael. These cards are very well loved, as you can see. And down here it says, it will all be better if you just make a decision. Overanalyzing a problem and finding a compromise. So often this card comes up when we're going through confusion. Oh, sorry, Vixie, but hurting my ankles, and I need to be mindful of my body at all times. Woo. Okay, we have the 2 of Michael, which often comes up in confusion, times of confusion, where we are overanalyzing instead of trusting our intuition, our gut feeling, and tuning into our body. Seems to be a repetitive message for this eclipse. And you know, the great thing about eclipses is, and full moons, is that it heightens the energy of what's really happening within and around us, so that we can see the confusion for what it is and break through these obstacles, really truly understanding and knowing exactly what it is, so that we don't need to repeat the same patterns over and over again. So this says to me that you're stuck in a loop that is causing more distress, stress in your body, and taking away from the present moments, the beautiful gifts that we are given and have been given in life, by worrying about the past and the future. I'm sure you've all heard that saying, when we are stuck in the past, when we're anxious, we're worrying about the future, And when we're depressed, we are stuck in the past. I hope that brings you some illumination as to what's going on for you, and maybe even some clues on how to break through that. Then we have card number 2, which, funny enough, is 3 of Raphael. Raphael in the Archangel deck is cups, love, connection, heart consciousness, which is the same energy as the 3 of Cups in my Mystic Dreamer deck. So if this is resonating with you, then I highly recommend watching card number 2 again. What we have here is reasons to celebrate, a community of friends, happy announcements regarding relationships or children. Okay, so this might be, and if you resonate with 2 and 3 and you've picked this card, this could be that maybe you're thinking about having children, or maybe you're thinking about what family means to you and what community you desire to spend more time with. There is a lot to celebrate, and I feel that Raphael is coming through, inviting you to open your heart and trust yourself with the connections that light you up the most, and that when disharmony comes up, don't just give up or let go of someone or a connection that is valuable, and actually find what it is that is triggering you and activating you to elevate your consciousness and to move into new ways of thinking and communicating to overcome these obstacles. Because ultimately in life, with our relationships, I feel we either move closer or further away from each other. It's okay to communicate with the people that we love and tell them how we feel without making them fully responsible for how we're feeling or what's happened, the situation, and so on. We don't need to blame, shame, victimize ourselves or each other. We can actually communicate in open, loving, heart-centered ways where we really tune into the hurt and where it's come from, what it means to us, and how to communicate that to share where we're at as well. Otherwise, this is how resentment builds up, and it can incredibly damage a beautiful connection. And sometimes it's just about being vulnerable and opening up. So there's that word again. I trust that whoever needs to receive this message, these messages, receives the messages. And I trust the inspiration that is flowing through me to share, to put myself out there, to be vulnerable, and to gift these messages from spirit, from my heart, with love. Card number 3 is Knight of Michael. I feel some of what I said when I was holding the card 3 of Raphael is also pertaining to the Knight of Michael, as Michael is the communication angel. If you love angels and you want to connect with them more and work with them and play with them more, I highly recommend playing with those energies, because they're not just fun and uplifting, they're also really powerful and can assist us, but only when we ask for their guidance, their assistance, their help, their support. So we have Knight of Michael, which would be the Knight of Swords in the tarot. And it says, time to move quickly, choose logic over emotion and sudden changes. This knight is strong, committed, intellectual, and diligent. So if you have chosen this card, these aspects of your personality are heightened right now. If you've been asking, how can I get through this situation, then these personality traits will really help you to move through that with more ease and grace. And be mindful, because what we are moving through right now are incredibly fast, rapid, transformational energies. And when Knight of Michael comes out, Knight of Swords comes out, or even Page of Swords comes out, it is fast moving energy. It does make me think that there could be some opportunities coming up for you to, little windows of opportunities for you to take action on. But you need to really know yourself and know what you've been calling in, consciously calling in, to be able to see if it is an aligned choice for you. Keep that in mind, because Mercury retrograde is coming up. We're in the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde, which is the 2 weeks before Mercury retrograde comes in. Everything that is coming up for you right now is going to be featured this Mercury retrograde, which means that it's a very helpful tool to have a journal, whether it's writing from pen to paper or pencil to paper in the physical, or putting your journal on a Word document, which is actually what I've been doing for a little while now. It just makes it a lot easier to transfer information that is vital for my books. Okay, so Knight of Michael, communication. You can use a sword to attack, defend, or clear and transmute energy, connecting to your higher self, to a higher consciousness, to be able to communicate clearly. Make sure that before you communicate, especially when you're feeling hurt, that you make time to prioritize yourself, to fill your own cup, to make sure that you're meeting your own needs and desires first, to have that clarity come through, to be able to communicate in a loving and open way. I love channeling. If you have enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. When I receive positive feedback from you guys, it inspires me to gift more. If you would like to have a reading with me, then reach out and let me know, and we can organize a time and day that best suits you. And I am available to do readings worldwide. I just need to work out the time difference here. Just to recap, we have card number 1, the Sun. Following your true path and purpose lights you up and allows you to shine your light in the world. Card number 2 is 3 of Cups, and this is celebrating life, coming through the initial commitment, recognizing if you do want to commit or how you would like to commit, what commitment looks like for you, and everything else I said in the video when tuning into this card. And in the third pile we have 3 cards. So we have 2 of Michael, which was overanalyzing, confusion, and making a decision, tuning into your heart and your body to know which direction to flow. Card number 2 is 3 of Raphael, also 3 of Cups, and this was about celebrating and identifying what family looks like to you, the next step that you would like to uh, hmm. The next steps you'd like to take with your relationships and who is worth committing to, being open, honest, and vulnerable with the right people. And we have card number 3, which is the Knight of Michael, also known as the Knight of Swords in the tarot. Windows of opportunity, energy is moving quickly, rapid transformation is at hand, communicating from a place of love and making sure that we prioritize and nurture ourselves before having that conversation with someone, especially if it has brought up old triggers or has hurt us in some way, making sure that we're honest with ourselves to know how we truly feel before we can communicate with another and share our truth with them. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for your time, patience, love, and support. I appreciate you. I wish you a beautiful, smooth sailing transition with this eclipse energy coming up. And remember that eclipses, their energy lasts for about 6 and sometimes 12 months, and they can create life changing situations and events in our lives. There is also Uranus and Chiron that are playing out in this eclipse energy too. Chiron is about our wounds, so you will notice that your wounds are highlighted at the moment. And Uranus is the planet of rapid transformation, unexpected situations happening. It's just important to remember that these astrological shifts and alignments are always for our highest good. And when you're not feeling that they are, maybe stop or pause in the moment, have a breath, and just allow new inspiration and insights to come through. Call on the archangels or call on your ancestors or guides, whoever you connect with as your divine team, to assist you to bring in clarity. When you feel stuck in a situation, for example, with the confusion card, and the Knight of Michael rolled toward me. When you're feeling stuck in a situation, notice the way that you're speaking about it, because it makes a difference. If you say, "Oh, I'm so confused over this thing," and you're constantly affirming that you're confused, then the universe goes, "Oh, you want to be more confused? Okay, we'll help you with that." When you say, "Oh, I'm so confused and frustrated about this situation. I really just want to break through this. I really invite that clarity. I just really want to know how I truly feel about this situation so that I can communicate with this other person to know our truth, to see if we're on the same wavelength." Do you see how I acknowledged the problem, the challenge, and I didn't stop there. I created a bridge to where I desire to be, because it instantly brings that into the present. It brings it into fruition. And being that we are in incredibly high manifesting and rapid shifting times, and we have Uranus with sudden shifts and unexpected happening, it can immediately uplift our energy and bring that answer right to the forefront. Because the thing is, we already know. Sometimes it's just a matter of making sure that everything's in alignment with how we feel, what we say, what we're putting out into the world, how we're choosing to connect, and being consistent in the way that we connect with ourselves and the relationships that mean a lot to us. I didn't anticipate that little bit coming through. As I said before, I love channeling, and I know that what I receive from spirit assists me and has been absolutely priceless in my journey as in the last 20 years of learning tarot with the mystic dreamer. And my I feel that tarot is such a powerful personal development tool, and that it's been the bridge that has really assisted me to balance my logical, skeptical side. Because yes, sometimes I'm still skeptical. I've been doing this for 20 years and sometimes I'm still skeptical. Okay, universe, if this is really aligned for me, then show me that it is. Prove to me that it is. And in a reading, it's different because I am fully trusting the signs and messages that come through. But with my own personal life, it's okay. If I hear something 2 or 3 times, then I really trust it. If I just hear it once, then I'm a little bit skeptical and I want some clarification and confirmation on that. Really, truly trust repetitive signs that come to you, especially when your body is matching that feeling. If you're having ringing in your left ear, for example, it is a sign, or it's a warning sign or a caution sign to pay closer attention to your thoughts, feelings, and the situation that you're in, because it may not be serving you. In fact, it's probably not. Yeah. I trust that this is of value to you and that it assists you with your journey. I would love to be able to help everybody, but the truth is, I'm not for everybody, and I do not have all the time in the world to do that. So I'm very specific with the clients that I have, and overall just really desire to be a positive match for each other, because the most potent healing that we can have, I mean, we can heal in every breath, in my opinion. That's my perspective, we have the ability to let go of what isn't serving us and to call in what is, and to allow that pure infinite love, the miracles, the blessings to flow within every breath and every connection that we attract or magnetize to us. Sending you all uplifting vibrations of love, joy, and peace. May you pay closer attention to what you're consciously creating and magnetizing in your life. And enjoy the process, because we are also here to receive, experience, and give enjoyment, pleasure in every way. And when we're open to the possibilities, they're infinite, they're endless. Thank you again for listening. Thank you for your presence. I appreciate you, and I trust that everything you do brings you more love, joy, peace, and connection that you have been needing, seeking, desiring ever since you can remember. I love you. Travel gently. Bye for now.